Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Yay, we're here. We're here. Oh my gosh, you guys. So thank you so much for being here today. I am Lisa Daly. I have my lovely and talented co-host with me today. This is Carrow Brown. This is story detective Robert Jones. I'm not gonna do this one. Wait, this way. This is the fabulous SAVY Writes Books.
Hello.
And if you have not checked out their channels before, there are links down in the description. You guys definitely want to check this out. We are already getting some good comments, so yay, let's have some. So you guys may have noticed today that I lost my mind in about a temporary insanity. I said, you know what we should do today? We should write like the wind and double our word count.
So we found out about this 5 minutes ago, so just like
not sure I'm ready to double it. We'll see.
I like to keep my co-hosts on their toes. So yeah, so what we are going to do is offer up our best tips on how to really have a fantastic word count, and we want to hear your best tips on how you like what you do on your most productive days. So let's say hi to some of our little friends who have come in. The horror geek. Okay, so he said his word count was 0. He's feeling really great about the whole doubling thing. It's so important to set attainable goals. Thank you, horror geek. You're kind of a smart ass, but we love you. All right. Oh, Bonnie Phillips says, working on my writing stamina. Every time I get close to 1,000 word count, my brain starts to get distracted. That is, I think, a really common problem. You guys ever have that issue?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
When I first started, yeah. And then, like, I was one of those crazy people who was like, well, Stephen King writes 2,000 words a day. I will, too. And I remember, like, the big struggle I had just trying to get to 2,000 words. And sometimes it would take me 5 hours to do it. And then after a while, I was able to kind of shorten that as I got used to doing it. I also learned that days off are a thing. Yeah.
That matters so much. I know it's funny because writing every day during NaNoWriMo, I actually wrote less than I normally do in a month. And I'm pretty sure it's because I took very few days off. So, yeah. So, Bonnie, for you, building up your stamina is definitely going to be, something that is going to help with that. But once you hit that 1,000, like once you blow past that one day, maybe once you blow past that, you'll probably hit another sort of ceiling. I think it's like weight loss, basically. You'll hit another ceiling, but as long as you continue to sort of blow through those, you will continue to have your word count go up and up and up. So. Ketogenic Kim is here, catching us live for the first time.
Hello.
For a fun day, Kim. So we are very glad you're here. Thank you very much for coming. Steven's Writing Corner. Steven is here. Hey.
Hello.
Glad you made it. Nihilist Geek is here.
Hey, man.
Hello, Geek. So you guys may remember that Nihilist Geek volunteered last week. Next week we're doing our big promo Sprint live stream, which is brand new for us, right? We're all going to do all the crap that authors hate to do, platform building, social media, blah, blah, blah. And Geek has volunteered to give us a little chat on social media, which is his day job. So we're very excited. Totally holding you to that.
I don't know if that was volunteered or so much as voluntold.
Same. Yeah, same. Nobody in particular says hi, nobody. So glad you can.
Apples and oranges.
Or yeah, it's good. I'm pretty volunteered. I'm pretty sure I got the record of that somewhere. I think it's a mental block. It is, and once you blow past it, you will. Right? Have you guys ever had that? Let's talk about that a little bit. Like sort of ceilings that you hit. There's something that's just stopping you from doing whatever, from finishing, from starting, from hitting a word count.
The only time I have a mental block is just when I'm not happy with what I'm writing. And so it always comes from within. It's like some part of my subconscious is like, this is not what I want to put out in the world, but like my conscious self hasn't like clued into that yet.
Yes.
So that's usually when I realize that there's something wrong. And I always have to like take a step back and then kind of do like a quick re-outline and see what the problem is and then readdress it.
Exactly.
sometimes that involves deleting thousands of words.
It has to be done.
My ceiling used to be 1,000 words. Now it actually is 2,000. I'm used to writing that, and I think it's a mental thing. It is that mental block. I know I can do 2,000 words, and when I get there, then I struggle to get beyond that.
Right. That's exactly it. Once you start hitting a point every day where you're like, my normal word count, if I go to the beach, is 3,000, 3,100 a day, every day. But now I moved into another house. My daughter has a different school schedule, so I can't go to the beach every single day to write. And now I'm writing in my office, which traditionally was somewhere between 600 and 800. And I'm now having to like rebuild that back up where I can, where I can do that same word count that I did before. Thank you, Nihilist Geek. So, Alex here. Yeah, I think there is a real block though, because now you can do 2,000 words, right? So now you'll go to the next, sort of jump.
I have to convince myself to go to 3. I've done it on those NaNoWriMo days where I challenge myself. I've gotten like 3,000 words or even over 4,000 words, but it's like that one day. I know I can do it if I try, but it takes a lot of effort to get there.
It's like marathon training.
Yeah. But you did it at the end of your book, right? For everybody who didn't make it over to Carrow's stream last week, after our stream, Robert finished his nano project. Yay!
Congratulations!
It took me like 5 seconds to clue into that too. I was like, oh, he finished. And I was like, wait, he finished. Yay!
Yeah, we're so excited for you. So did you find, because I find that when I'm at the end of a book, I'm writing like 4,000, 5,000 words a day, like without effort. You're not like you're so excited and you can't wait to get to the end.
Well, I couldn't do that since I'm typing one-handed still.
Right. Right. I forgot about that. You're still kicking our butts though. What was your best day at the end of your book? Was it the last day?
I did sail through it more effortlessly because I know exactly where I'm going. And yes, you're excited to finish. And even one-handed, I got through it pretty quickly and effortlessly.
You did. You were really I remember last week you were kicking my butt even one-handed. So yeah. All right. Going to the library, a bubble day off writing, immersing myself in the atmosphere. I'm like, oh, that's nice.
That sounds so nice. Oh my God.
It is. That sounds like super, super pleasant. All right. I have got to get through 8,000 comments, and then we are going to start our 5-minute sprint. So, yes, there we go. CO Savvy's here. Hello. Thank you.
Hello.
We are having a great day, especially now you're here. Yay. All right. Binge. Yes, we know what you meant there. Hello, Persephone. So glad you made it today. Here until you're called for brunch. I can't, the elegant life you're leading. I mean, whew. All right. Hello, Tina.
Hello.
All right. Scared to finish. Yeah, you know what? I think sometimes that happens. Why is that? Usually it's because you're scared of the next step. Anybody else ever get scared to finish? Like you're scared of sending it out into the world or to agents or whatever.
I just hate self-editing. The first round of self-editing, like that's my nightmare fuel.
Mine isn't so much scared of finishing. It's just when I stop, then I know I have to think of the next thing. And then I'll have this indefinite void where I'm trying to fill it with.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's true. I think that it's a good idea to always know what your next project is going to be.
Yeah.
Even if you're outlining, 2 books or 3 books ahead. So a little bit of a block. Persephone had to step back and do some necessary world building. That is off, right? It's often when we don't know where we're going next that we struggle.
Yeah.
Yes, Chris Fox. Chris Fox has a lot of great videos. I think
I like him.
Yeah, I think we have a link to one of his other videos in the comments, but I'm going to make a note. Actually, it might be that one. Link to Chris Fox video.
I have a couple of his audiobooks I've been listening to while I run with my dog.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they've been really helpful, but I'm just like so intimidated by his level of success. He's doing so well.
We all start on the same blank page.
That's true.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know a bunch of different writers at all different levels of success. And I think everybody, you would be shocked at the like mega bestsellers that have major writing insecurities.
Yes.
And right?
Across the board for everybody. I know.
It's true. So you feel like, right. You feel like once you get to a certain point, you're going to like suddenly be, you know, everything's going to be magical, but it really, it doesn't work that way. So you still have your same like insecurities and all of that stuff. All right.
If you do something really successful, then you're wondering how you did it and what you did. And
right.
It's the same thing, but on a different level.
Exactly. Then you also have like the added stress of like people thinking like that you've achieved some plateau of awesomeness and that.
Yeah.
Right.
Expectations are higher for the next one, and then you worry more.
Exactly. Alec, thank you so much for sharing that. That's like a really, especially among writers, I think depression is such a big thing. I think one of the things that make writers good writers is that we're really in touch with our emotions. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I mean, I just have regular mental health issues as well. So I don't know. I think mental health in writing is an important topic to discuss because I've had times in the past where I'm like where I'm like off my medication and I feel like my writing is better for a little while. And then I'm like, should I go back on my medication because I'm doing so well? And then I'm like, absolutely I should, because it's for the sake of my health, because after a while I'll get to a point where I can't take that anymore. So I think it's really different for everybody, but I think especially in creative fields, I feel like people almost try to glorify it sometimes. So I think it's good that we talk about it as like a struggle, you know?
They definitely.
I can't imagine. I think anyone who's been through it is like, this is not something awesome. So
yeah, it's not.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we have a million comments, but I have a plan. We got to get through our first sprint. So everybody, does anybody have a good tip they want to share right now before we start with our 5-minute sprint?
I guess my tip would be I usually try to like do a bullet point idea of what I'm going to write for the scene. It doesn't have to be anything big, like, you know, walks through village or something like that. But at least I know where I'm going.
Right.
And I can figure it out while I'm writing it.
Outline.
Right. Let me unshare that screen. All right. That's a very good tip. Anybody else before we hit our 5-minute timer?
Well, so for me, I guess, what I'm working on right now is like a business pitch application. So I was first like, you know, extending my word count isn't going to be good for this. But then I realized like, no, I can break down each question and do a free write for each one and try to write as many words as possible and then trim that down to just the best parts. And that'll help me like from getting stuck when it comes to trying to make the answers. So I'm going to try that. So maybe like, trying to expand on something, writing more than what you're actually supposed to write can be helpful. Yeah.
I don't stop, because if you keep your hands moving and keep typing, even if you don't have an idea, sometimes I think that's what timed writing is all about. And sometimes when you don't have an idea, your mind will go to those places where pantsers love it, and you'll come up with this, you know, brilliant thing out of the thin air. And that's, I think, a great part of writing.
Yes.
But we kind of forget that when we're stuck.
Yes. Yes, absolutely true. All right. So I think that is a great point, and it actually kind of goes along with mine, which is to make a habit of your writing. So the fact that all of you guys show up here every Wednesday and we all write together for 2 hours, that trains our brains to know like, okay, 11 o'clock Eastern is writing time, and we're going to chat a little, write a little. And today we're going to write a lot. So like that transition? Woohoo! All right. So today we are going to start with our 5-minute timer. Get your fingers warmed up. Let's get ready. And here we go. All right. All right. Great job, everybody. How we doing our first little sprint?
Not bad, not a lot, but I like what I've got so far.
I actually got 281, which is a surprise. I usually don't get that many for a 5-minute sprint, but I'm like determined to double my word count today. And I think just like pure belief that you can do something is often the key to actually making it happen. So Savvy muted herself, so I can't unmute her. And Carol, you look like you're still muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm back. Here I am.
Carol, there you go.
I unmuted. If you remute me, I have to go and re-click it.
Oh, I see. That was probably my fault. All right. So I think we all know that I'm not the tech savvy person we all wish I was.
It's a learning curve. Don't worry. I made the same mistakes.
So yeah, I did 281, which was a surprise to me. I was hoping, usually it takes me a little while to kind of get warmed up, but I did okay today. How about you guys?
I got 224, and I would have gotten a bit more, except somebody decided that he wanted to jump on my lap.
Oh,
the dog penalty. How'd you do, Robert? Are you editing now?
Yeah, I'm editing today, so word count's probably not that important because I've got like 2 paragraphs edited in that 5 minutes.
that's awesome.
Yay! How'd you do, Savvy?
So I got 237. And like I'm struggling with this because I'm trying to get a long word count while working on like a business application. So it's harder when it's not creative. We'll see. A lot of what I wrote, I'm like, this isn't good, but I'm also still half asleep. So we'll see where this goes.
Right. And I think the 5-minute warm up always gives us I feel like my stuff is not as tight in the 5-minute as it is in the 20. Like it takes me a little while, but
yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's say hi to some of our fantastic Nihilist Geek says Savvy #the geek volunteered himself. See? I can do that. I'll pay you later. All right, Tina, yay, here we go. Oh, Bonnie Phillips says Robert is pure inspiration.
I'm glad.
Yes.
This nano project was a struggle and a half.
But you did it. You finished it. Now you're editing it. Then you'll send it out into the world. We're all very excited. This is absolutely awesome. All right. CO Savvy, 69,000 words, still in Act 2. I underwrote book 1, definitely overwriting book 2. But she's going to finish Act 2 today. Yeah. That's awesome. Eva's here. Good morning, Eva.
Eva.
Haley's here. Awesome. Music playlist for characters. Okay, so we actually talked about that a little bit last week. But yeah, that is another really great tip if I am thinking the same thing that you are thinking, in that if you are playing music for specific characters or specific scenes, that if you play that music again, it gets your brain right into it and you do not have that sort of delay where you're warming up. You just come right back to where you were. I actually do that. That is a fantastic tip. Good job. Persephone's journaling and making toast. Excellent. Extra butter for me. Nice work, nobody. Very nice. Good job. All right, guys.
Try somebody. I know who she is. Amy somebody, not Amy nobody.
Hello, Amy somebody. So anybody else have another good tip that they want to share before we go to our next rating sprint today?
All these topics you guys keep bringing up, I'm like, oh, I have a book that covers those. So like earlier when Alec was talking about like burnout and stuff like that, dear writer, are you in burnout? This talks about like the depression and everything else. And then when we're talking about increasing word count and stuff like that, Rachel Aaron wrote a book called 2K to 10K. And,
yes.
And shameless plug for Tamara's book study group, but this is the book that we're actually reading for this month. So if you want to hear our thoughts on that, we do cover that. She's got like some good tips and strategies in here as well. So
she really does. One of the things that she talks about is, and this is actually something that I had already sort of done, but it's tracking where you write and what time you write. right? So this is something that I had done for quite a while, and it is really, really effective. It's also something that she recommends, and it's basically just keeping a spreadsheet of all the places, times, and basic conditions when you're writing, because after a couple weeks or a month, you will start seeing that patterns emerge, that you write better at the beach, you write better at the coffee shop, you write better in your office, or your morning or an evening, whatever. And that is one of the best and easiest ways to improve your word count, is just figure out where you write best and fastest, just naturally. Like you literally just change your habits a little bit, and suddenly you're doubling your word count or tripling your word count, just by doing more of what is already working for you.
Yeah, sometimes changing habits for me is just changing a keyboard. I have a collection and I switch up. And sometimes just typing on a different keyboard will give me a fresh attitude or a different attitude.
I think there's something to that. I do that when I get stuck. I change to paper, or I think there's definitely something to that. All right, let's go through some comments. I have that book. Carrow, I have a book for that Brown.
That's this entire shelf.
Right? Well, you can't see mine here, right there. So, yeah. And I live with a writer. So between the two of us, we have approximately 1 million writing books. Anyone dictate with Dragon. I tried that, but I found it made so many mistakes that it was incredibly frustrating.
I do it with college, but I can't do it with fiction just because I can't get my brain to into that kind of
It took
mindset.
Me a while. Practice like everything else. Once I got used to it, I could double or even triple my word count. But the thing is, I read books on that and listened to audiobooks too.
Right.
And people were getting such high word counts from dictation. And I thought, wow, these are incredibly high word counts. How are they making any sense? And by the end of the book, the author was like, I got these high word counts, but I turned out drivel, and I was not surprised. I think there's a cutoff between how fast and how good you write. So
I think that's true. I will say one of the other reasons I have tried dictation at various times, if I'm on a deadline, or just to sort of because I like to kind of experiment to see what works and what doesn't. But I will say that I don't think I'll ever, unless I end up having surgery or there's some reason why I can't physically type, I love the process of writing and word, story crafting and changing sentences and niggling with. I love that, and I think that it would be a great loss to me to give that up. So it's not all, as much as I'm like, oh, let's go a little faster today, it's definitely not all about the speed. You want to get as fast as you can and still maintain incredible quality.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, thanks. Okay, good. All right, everybody, we're getting busy today. So who is ready for our first 20-minute sprint?
Ready.
See how this goes.
Because it is happening. It is happening. All right, I'm putting up the timer here.
Doing my stretches.
All right. Yeah, that's right. Everybody do our like that. Okay, here we go. Oh. I just disappeared you, Robert. Sorry about that. That's good. All right, everybody. How'd you guys do?
Gotta check that word count. All right, so like 700 words.
Phenomenal. That's phenomenal. That's absolutely fantastic. One Arm Robert, how are you doing? We should have both sides of your brain. Wait, are you muted again? Hold on. All right, talk now. Here we go.
I got 2.5 pages edited that time.
That's great. Look at you. Woohoo. I wrote 677, which I am very happy with. Very, very happy with. Carol, how'd you do?
I wrote 927.
Very nice. If I had like a little bell, I could ding for you.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, ding. All right. That is absolutely fantastic. DL Stewart is here. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, we're so glad. All right. So since you're coming in a little bit later than usual, nice work, Nihilist Geek. Very nice. Found his groove. This brings me to another tip I have. And that is a lot of times, like, especially if you're sort of a person who's organized, we want to sort of end at the, end at the end of a page or a paragraph. And I think that it's far better to know where you're going to start the next day, like mid-paragraph. I have got to get you. We need to get Robert a booster seat.
Oh, here, I can fix it. Hold on.
Oh, you're going to go out again. Okay. All right. She'll be back in 1 second. She's just going to bump you up, Robert. All right. Where'd she go? Well, here, let me get rid of this banner. You can do this. You can do this. All right, here we go. So I find that if I finish in the middle of a paragraph or I finish in the middle of a sentence even, which really leaves it makes my brain sort of crazy, like I have to resolve it, that I start right away the next day. Do you guys do anything like that? Oh my gosh, hold on. CO Savvy 692.
Nice.
Whoop, whoop. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Somebody got 3 pages edited on a client report. That's all fantastic. Persephone, 4 pages of brainstorming about an adversary to the hero of her current WIP. Yeah, that's fantastic. So what about you, Savvy? Do you start at the end of a page?
At the end of a page?
Right. Well, do you stop at the end of a page? Do you stop at the end of a chapter? Do you stop at the end of a...
Oh man, I guess maybe this is terrible, but like I don't think that hard about it. Like I just kind of stop when you know what? I mean, there's probably a pattern to it that I just haven't been tracking.
Yeah.
So I can't say for sure. I think one of the things that keeps me motivated as a writer is that I just wing it a lot. Like I do a lot of like stream of consciousness type of things. I just like write whatever's in my head whenever it's in my head. And I feel like you produce a lot of writing that way. So I don't really have a strategy, I don't think.
All right. Good to know. Good to know. What about you, Robert? Where do you, just to catch you up, Carol, since you kindly sacrificed your top spot so we could see Robert's head. So when do you finish? Like when you are done writing for the day, do you like to finish at the end of a paragraph, at the end of a chapter, or do you do what I had just suggested, which is I think an old Hemingway trick actually. I think he would like literally stop in the middle of a sentence so that he had to finish it the next day.
I try to at least stop at the end of a paragraph, but
yeah.
I have tried that where I stop while the writing is still hot and I know what I'm going to do next. That way I think about it. I think that does work better. But I asked a question, and this is for Carrow. Were you always so naturally fast with your writing, or how did you build up to your word counts? Because you blow us away every time.
She does. She does.
Part of why I guess my writing speed is so fast is, for a long time I have been an administrative person. So like typing, its speed itself is not a difficulty for me, but getting the words out for a while actually was really hard. And I'm going to go and take a page out of the 2K to 10K book, because something that Rachel Aaron said is that, why are you writing scenes that you don't like? Yeah, and so whenever I write or I do an outline, I always tell myself, like, do I actually want to write this, and then what's my motivation level for it? And if I'm not writing a scene and my first thought is ugh, then I have to stop and reanalyze the scene and figure out why it's ugh. So when I write, I always like where is it? I always have like a little tiny outline about what I'm going to write for the day, so that way I know what I'm going to do. And then I also make sure that I'm writing things that I do want to write and that I enjoy writing. So that's my thing.
Excellent. All right, we have 2 minutes before we're going to start our next stream. Let's hear from some people. All right, Nihilist Geek says the scene he's writing right now has the working title, Mortal Kombat. I'm probably not saying that right, but I feel like it needs to be stretched out for drama. CO Savvy 692. Books with Kittens got sucked into 2000s emo songs and just danced around. It's important to get your exercise as a writer. All right, just stop whatever I have to go do something else. Do you find that really, like, that sort of interruption really stops your writing, or do you think that those that sort of moving around helps? Inquiring minds want to know. All right, erased everything. What is it you do? Command Z, right? Doesn't that make it magically come back? That's a heartbreak. Save, save, save again. Everybody save right now.
Yeah, Alt Z. Alt Z, friend.
Yeah, I think it's Command Z. Oh, there you go. Or Control Z. There we go. Hold on. Control Z. Right away. Already opened a new page. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking.
I hate it when that happens.
I do too. We have all been.
Apple, right?
Yeah. I do. I write on an Apple. I literally have autosave happening like every 1 minute, because there have been times where I have lost thousands of words and you never can write it the exact same way again. Ever, ever, ever.
All that time you feel devastated by the waste of it.
Right.
Whenever on Apple, and maybe I'm just more conscious of it, but when I do that, and it's not as frequently as it used to be, there's usually an undo or a little arrow that points back. And if you hit that before you hit anything else, you can undo it and bring it all back. But if you hit anything else before you hit that arrow, it's gone for good.
Yeah. Command Z is your BFF, really. Okay, so, or Control S when typing. Oh, very good. That's Control Save. Good job.
Yeah.
You can literally set your, if you're working on Word or just your general settings, you can set it to save every 1 minute or wherever, which gives me 1,000 million copies if I ever like have to force quit anything. But I would rather have every single word. Okay, so she says, thank God she's just doing writing prompts today. All right, that's good. All right, everybody, time for us to get rolling on our very next sprint. So here we go. We're going to get started in 2, 1, 0. All right. All right, everybody. I killed it. I'm very excited. Hold on, I gotta see how.
I did not kill it at all, so I'm very happy for you.
How did you do, Savvy? Do you want to tell, or do you want to?
No, I mean, like, I don't really know what the word count was because I've just been bouncing all around this document. But mostly what I did, so I like filled out some of the answers to those questions on this application, and then I also made an appointment with my college's writing center to get feedback on it before I submit it at the end of the day. So, and then I also made coffee. So I was just like bouncing around, not focusing on one thing, but I did, like, I am getting close to finishing it. So at least I'm able to focus on this application while I've been here with you guys.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Robert, how do you do?
I got almost 3 pages edited that time. I got a little stuck on one part here, though, so it slowed me down.
You're like building every time. That's awesome. How about you, Carrow? This is what I want to know. Did I beat Carrow today? Here I go. Ready? Say it. 1, 2, 3. 873.
945.
30 words. Okay, I'm gonna take my bow. I'm very happy about that. So let's see how you guys all did. Earlier we had a conversation. We were talking about I'd asked DL whether he felt like just sort of stopping at the end of his writing time hinders him like the next day. He says no, he doesn't. Goodbye, CO Savvy. She's heading off to work. Bye.
Have a good day, CO.
All right, we'll see her in we'll see her in Carol Stream probably. All right, wait, I have excellent news. Bonnie Phillips got her writing back. Yay! Yay! Here. We're so happy. Yay. All right. Kim is coming in at 325. Woohoo! That's awesome. 460 for the geek. Finishing scene. I'm going for the finishing scenes in the novel. That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. It feels so good, doesn't it? I'm like at the end. I'm probably 10,000 words away from the end of the book, and I am very enthusiastic. I'm feeling really good. 2 plot points nailed down. That's over 70 now for Haley. Yay. Yay. Awesome. Bye, CEO. Oh, we've got more. Finished most of my first character profile. Great job, Books with Kittens. Nylaski says, when Carrow Brown does more words in 20 minutes than you do in the entire stream. Yeah. Hashtag all of us.
So here's another tip. I don't really fuss over the sentences when I write. Like, there are typos in here. I know that there are typos there,
Sure.
but I can edit typos. I can't edit a blank page. So
right. That is absolutely true. Speaking of not going back to edit is really a major, do that later, like Robert is right now. So not editing while you write definitely speeds up your word count. And another thing is don't research while you write, because it's so easy for writers to get lost in research and we get sucked into some other thing when we can just make a note to ourselves in capital letters and red or whatever that says, need 8th century royal here, or formula for, special effects vomit, or whatever it is we need. We can just put the note in and come back to that later when we're not needing that focused writing time. All right.
To get that down, and even when I start a new project, I want the beginning to be good. I don't feel I can move on unless I have a good start. So I'll fuss with beginnings, and they always slow me down.
Yeah, that is true. And the ends, you just sail right through. I think that's everybody's favorite part, right? I love beginnings, but I really love endings. So yay! DL finished the outline for the 3rd time. I think this is the winner. 3rd time's a charm, baby.
Yeah.
All right, put the dogs out, let the dogs back in, got more caffeine. 75 words, Persephone. All right, Jamie just finished lunch. Always important to be well hydrated and get all of your nutrition. There you go. I can fix that later. Yes. That's true. I always think about, like, I started my career in advertising as a creative, and there's always a joke, like when you're shooting a commercial, that you'll fix it in post.
Oh my God, fix it in post is such a thing. I used to direct student films all the time when I was in college, and it was always, oh, we'll fix that in post. And
We'll
then
fix it
in post, you spend all night in the editing lab for a week straight, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't have fixed this in post.
Sometimes it is something you can fix in post. Sometimes you should fix it when you're shooting. That's true. Okay, DL says, write when you research later. I will say I'm pretty sure that I'm putting up much more significant numbers this time, because instead of dicking around posting about the live stream on social media, I'm actually writing. Edit, research, look up synonyms. So, yep, I just make a little note right in the manuscript. Don't let yourself get out of the flow. You need better word or catch up or whatever, whatever it is that you're looking. All right, Nihilist Geek says he does minor edits when writing, nothing major, just fiddle with the word or a sentence when the muse hits. Fix it in post is what ruins most modern movies.
That's not wrong. That is absolutely accurate. Especially, I think a lot of like the superhero movies where they're like, let's have 12 different editors work on this.
Yeah. Too many cooks.
Exactly.
Oh, Sina's still here. Yay, can't write but listening. Yay, she'll also be over on Carrow's stream. We're so glad you're still here. Yay. 6:33 for Bonnie. Very nice. Very nice. All right, I'm going to reset our little timer here because we are going to get rolling in. Who is ready? Are we? Oh, Jamie says, I arrived late, came from high school where I learned my son is third honor of graduating class.
Oh, yay! Congratulations!
Congratulations. That's awesome. Good parenting. Now let's have some good parenting, okay?
Let's do some writing.
All right. Work. All right, here we go, guys. Timer in 3, 2, 1. righty. I don't want to interrupt while anybody's going. There's Savvy. All right, Robert, give it up. How'd you do?
Only about a page, because that part I was stuck on took me a while to get past.
I know that. I know. I feel that my reign of glory, my brief moment in the sun of beating Carrow's word count, may be over on this one. So I did. Okay. I still did pretty well, but I didn't do as well as she did. I got a 764, which is still like pretty awesome. Yeah, she's killing it. I'll bet. Savvy, how'd you do?
So, okay, this is probably the worst day for me to do extended word count sprints because I'm bouncing all over the place. Like, I've written like a little bit of this application, and I'm also working on a couple like 3D prints. So I'm in the process of like, this is not even related to writing, but I had to stop in the middle because I'm busy working on 3D printing some accessories for my stuffed animals to take to the comic convention I'm going to next month. So
that's cool.
Yeah, so I'm busy making like little paw print decorated headphones and little paw print cameras and cute things to go with these. So that's taking me a whole bunch of time, and I like in the middle of the sprint started working on that instead of writing. So I'm not being a good role model today for the writing sprints. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're doing great. So how are you guys doing? It takes a second for our little comments to start rolling in. Carrow, how'd you do? Tell me. Where's my heart?
953.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Good job.
Kill me either way. Even if I had like a fantastic writing sprint, she was going to kill me either way. I'm passing the crown back to you, Carrow.
You told me to bring it. I'm bringing it.
You are. I'm still super thrilled with my progress today.
You're doing fantastic.
Yeah. No, I think, and that's the thing. I think as much as we like to go, oh, what'd you get, and have little, oh, I want to be geek today, or I want to be like, you're really only competing against yourself. You want to do the best that you possibly can while maintaining the best writing that you possibly can. Because at the end of the day, it's about how good the book is. So, all right, look at this. Nihilist Geek got 506. Woohoo! Bobby, 123 this round. Very nice. That's completely awesome. Holy crap! DL Stewart, 901.
Nice.
901. Hold on, I'm just going to weep. That's really super impressive. Like, all right, 20-minute brainstorm for Jamie. I tend to really think about things, but I find I have better ideas like in the shower, when I'm out walking, when I'm at the beach.
Me too.
Right? So when I worked in advertising, it never really, we'd go to these brainstorming meetings and I'd sit around listening to people just talk crap for an hour. And then, right? And then you have a good idea like on your way to go get a candy bar or something. So, yeah.
I love the meetings that you have about meetings that you want to have. Those are my favorite. Like, let's have a meeting about the meeting that we're going to have. Like, you could just say
let's have a meeting to talk about the meeting. This is like the best thing ever about like not being part of that world anymore is that I still have to have some meetings, but not like meeting all the time, meetings.
The best part about those meetings is when everybody's shouting those ideas and nothing looks like it's accomplishing. Then somebody pick up the idea you said 20 minutes ago and own it for themselves.
Right. Oh, you hate that. They're like, what about this? And you're like, hello. Yeah. 9:30 so far today for Kim. Awesome. That's awesome. Haley Spence got 2 more scenes in. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, you guys. We have one more stream we're going to do today. We can make this happen. I'm very excited. I'm feeling good.
I'm literally having to sketch it because I was like, oh, I wrote everything I said I was going to write today. Now what am I going to write?
See, we're all just killing it. We're just killing it. Okay, record idea. Jamie records ideas on her phone when she has ideas outside of brainstorm sessions, which happens all the time. Ditto for me. Oh my gosh. I always have great ideas in the car, and I'm always like, blah, blah, blah. Come here. Yeah.
Come let me pet you now so you don't do it in the middle of a sprint. Hello.
Right. She's got to kill it. time.
Speaking
All
of
right,
book
here we go.
Wait, what's
Well, I'm
Robert
sorry.
saying?
Go ahead, Robert.
speaking of book recommendations and synonyms, if anybody hasn't heard of the Synonym Finder by J.I. Rodale, I have a
Oh, that's a
number
good
of
one.
but this is the book.
Oh,
I
look
use
at
this
that beautiful thing. Hold on. Can we?
No.
Oh, I just removed him. I just meant to do this.
focus.
Not me. You. Ah, can I not make Robert all the big? There we go.
There it
Close
is.
enough. If Carol were running this stream, this would not happen. All right. All right, synonym finder. Here we go. That's awesome. I used to have a little program that came up with rhymes, synonyms. It was awesome. It's really, really old, and it doesn't work anymore. But I love that thing because it would come up with the weirdest connections.
Yeah, the weird ones are the good ones.
Right? And that's it. The weird ones are the good ones. This is true, not just in synonyms, but also in life. Right? Words to live by, everybody. All right, here we go. We are going to do our last 20-minute sprint. Make it count, guys. All right, here we go.
I'm afraid.
All right. Let me get rid of that. Whew. All right. Oh, what just happened? Oh my gosh, I'm such a spaz. You guys, I cannot get it together. Like every live stream, I do something completely boneheaded. All right, so how did everybody do? We had some late dropper-inners who were very glad. The novel Nana is here. Yay! We're so glad you make it. So is Jeannie Marcella. Yay!
Hey, Jeannie.
You're glad, very glad you guys are here. All right, so
I actually focused that time. I got 983 words because I wrote. I didn't do anything else that time.
yeah, like
Good
okay, that's awesome. That is incredible. That's really fantastic. Yay, savvy. All right, Robert, that's incredible. That's absolutely fantastic. So how'd you do, Robert? How'd the editing go?
Little over 2 pages that time.
Pretty good. Carrow, kill us all.
970.
I'm weeping at the beauty of that. I got 699, which I'm very proud of because, as you may have noticed, I did sneak off for a restroom break right at the very beginning of the sprint. But my total for the day is 3294, which is phenomenal. And actually, I think I did come really close to doubling my count because last week I didn't get my 2,000 words in until Carrow's sprint. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, if you're looking to continue the fun, Carrow does a live stream writing word sprints, writing sprints, an hour after, 45 minutes after ours started because we went late. So head on over to her channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be doing more live streams over there. So yay. All right, let's see everybody's progress before we run. I don't want to keep you guys forever. 530 more, total 1443 for Kim. Yay, that's awesome. DL Stewart, 873 words. That's phenomenal. You're like in the Carrow Hall of Fame. That's phenomenal. Jeannie Marcella got 40 words. Yeah.
That was like what my last sprint was like 40 words.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It's 40 words more than you had, before you started. So I as much as I love to joke around about the numbers, you just got to do what you got to do. Plus she came in super late. So she was doing her warm-up sprint. All right. Somebody in particular, 14 words. That's awesome. Persephone killing it with 500. That's phenomenal. Good gracious. Nihilist Geek, 1966 in total. Well, I know you're going to be over on Carrow's stream, so you'll get your 2K easy peasy. Low-key lovely. Well, I'm so glad because there's more where that came from. Oh my gosh. 3 seeds? Wow, that's fantastic. Aiming for close to 100 might get 85 to 90. When it's done, and you will know. So that's phenomenal, you guys. Does Carrow do it every Wednesday as well? Yes, she does. She does a live stream. She's been doing it longer than we have. Yes, she does a live stream every Wednesday. Carrow, who's going to be on your awesome live stream today?
Let's see. I actually made the thumbnail and I was about to make the the stream right now. Let's see. I'm gonna have Amy somebody. I'm gonna have the Naked Firefly. I'm gonna have Cache. I may have Tamara if she's awake, and then I'm also gonna have Margaret Dutch on there. So
see, full house today over on Carrow's stream. So I don't want to keep you guys too long past 1, but I do want to talk about. Look, Sarah's here. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you.
I love your icon.
I know, right? Super. Oh, hold on. Wait, Sarah. That's awesome. I love that. That's phenomenal. Kim says this was so much fun. Thank you very much. I'm glad I finally caught this live. I'm going to go over to all the other channels afterwards. Yay! Speaking of all, see, Kim, you just helped me make an awesome transition. Watch this. Speaking of all the other channels, my awesome co-hosts are all Authortubers, and you can find the links to their channels below. And instead of talking about in general, since we have a lot of the same people, tell us what's coming up on your channel next, Robert. What do you have next coming up?
Well, after my little break here from the surgery, I did start filming some videos. So I'm stockpiling. So once I get back into it, which is going to be soon, I'll actually be ahead for a change. So I am using the time to my benefit, but not as well as I would like.
Being ahead on Authortube is the dream and the fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're enough ahead.
Very nice. So no clue as to what next week's topic will be?
Well, I have, as you guys probably heard, a collaboration with, what's his name? Danny Ranger.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about anti-heroes, and I think that's coming up next week.
Oh, that's cool.
Right. Oh, that is next week, isn't it? Shoot,
Yeah,
I'm going on that. I know. That's going to be.
And I'm working on a series, which I'm laying out now in the planning stages, about the first Harry Potter novel. I'm going to be dissecting it from beginning to end, everything
Oh
good,
my.
bad with it, and what we can learn from it.
I love that. Well, I have to say I'm super excited to hear what you have to say about anti-heroes, because you have this phenomenal background in comics. And you have such a rich history with anti-heroes. And so I'm super excited about that. Okay, Savvy, what do you have coming up next on your channel? What should we be watching out for?
Friday at 11 a.m. Central or noon Eastern. Every Friday I premiere a new video at that time and do like a premiere with live chat. So this week, you guys know, well, for those of you who watch my channel probably know I've had a beef with Rachel Hollis for a long time. So my new video that's going up is going to be, she did like a speech at a pyramid scheme convention. I've reacted to 2 of these already, so she did yet another one. So I'm reacting to her speech at an essential oils convention and kind of talking about her scammy business practices and why those are not good. And this will be a fun one because I started this with 2.5 hours of raw footage. I spent like a week editing this video. I drank about 6 beers and 5 glasses of bourbon over the process of trying to and it's still 50 minutes long. So get excited.
That's going to be a good one. Yes, we will all definitely be tuning in for that. Yeah. Carrow, aside from your live stream that happens in 42 minutes, what's your next video about?
So it's kind of not, I guess it is Authortube related, but it's not writer related. I got a bunch of DMs asking what is going on over here, and just for shits and giggles, I did a tarot spread about what's going to happen in 2020 for Authortube. Yeah.
Okay, so, we have to see that.
Yeah, entertainment purposes only, and I'm kind of hoping it doesn't come true, but
oh no, that's, oh my gosh. I have a really good friend named Heidi Godman who was a news anchor in Sarasota, and a kind of crazy local radio host had the 2 of us on his show because he knew we were friends, and then they brought on this tarot card reader, and she read our cards on the air, and it was eerily correct, like really crazy. Anyway, I have been working on a video for weeks, but I'm finally going to be posting it on Monday about how to write a book proposal for a nonfiction book.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, for a self-help book. So, because I have had several people asking about that. So we have a couple of, so that's what I will be doing. That's going to be posted on Monday. So I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, we have a couple questions or comments, and I just want to get to those super quick before we go. Does Carrow write her live stream every Wednesday? Yes. Sarah's at her day job. Hello. Oh, I think I did get these. Okay. Persephone, Novel Nan is doing better. Babies and grandkids. No, don't apologize. We're super glad that you're here. We're glad that you're here even for 2 minutes. So thank you. All right. Yay. Nihilist Geek is going to skip the gym to finish during Carrow's
wow.
That's right. Be there. We'll
2
all
weeks
be
in a
there.
row,
We'll be
people
over
are
there.
watching on Carrow's stream, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Okay. Thank you. Jean says all for anti-heroes. I think it'll be fun. Yeah. Yes. Type hero today. Oh, that's fine. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Here we go. Oh, thank you. All right. You guys are awesome. Okay, well, we have, again, I would try to be so good today. I was like, we're going to get done on time. No, it didn't happen. I'm too steady. You know how I am. Somebody needs to come over and physically gag me at like 1:05. All right.
my.
No. All right. All right. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much to my delightful and wonderful co-host. This would not be nearly as much fun without you guys. And thank you to all of you for showing up. We are so grateful. So I will see you, a bunch of you, over on Carrow's stream. Have a fabulous writing day, and I hope you were as productive today as we were. So, all right, bye guys.
Buddy, keep those
Bye.
keep.